Alright, so this is the MiG21 startup tutorial for you, Razor. Right Control C closes your cockpit. I always just do that because it's easy to press. These three switches, turn on the battery and the engine pumps. I turn these on because I like the color that they give the cockpit. Then you want to put your power on, connect the power, turn on the fuel pumps. You should hear them turn on. Turn on the APU and the fire extinguisher, unlock the throttle, hold for 4 seconds. This light right here, that means your engine's on. Flip on these two switches, not this one. This one, this is the gun cam, it's optional. This is your IFF, you need that. Then you turn on this is your weapons hot thing. Turn these on, those are powering your pylons. I always put my lights on dim, you can barely see them. Turn all these switches on, these turn on your systems. This is your trim, emergency hydraulic pump and nose cone. Turn on your radar to standby to warm it up. Standby's in the middle, this is on. See how there's no green? That means it hasn't warmed up yet. Turn this on from low altitude, so we're just going to be taking off. RWR on, this switch, and then the last switch. That enables all your RWR. This turns on your gun sight. This turns on the reticule. This controls the brightness. So that personally, I like it just right there. Always turn this from gyro at a missile for air-to-air targets. If it's down, you won't be able to fire semi-active radar missiles. I forgot, but the first two things you should do as soon as you get in is turn your radar on to warm up, because it takes 5 minutes to warm up, and then rearm, because it's a non-clickable cockpit. You can actually rearm with the engine on, which is cool. Press this button to fix your heading gauge. Lock and seal your canopy by pressing the farther button. You can do that both at the same time. Turn on air-to-air mode. And then default 1, 2, 3, 4 are your pylons, but you can bind it to 2 buttons here, so you fire 2 missiles with release, which is really common, especially for the R60s. Okay, altitude indicator is already off, that's right there. This turns on your hydraulic boosted ailerons. You need to open this to deploy flares. Your flare pods are right there in the back, and normally you wouldn't open this because this is what drops your rocket-propelled engine for takeoff assistance. You only get 7 seconds of it, so it's similar to a 260 booster. But you never really use it because it means you literally cannot take flares. This is your estimated target's wingspan. You can't see it right now, but your reticule, this thing right here, will get bigger or smaller. Generally speaking, they tell you to leave it at 10, because in the event you have to switch to guns, it shows this instead of something that big. But so chances are you're not actually going to switch it up to guns. You leave it at 40 because it gives your IR missiles a bigger detection lock zone. Okay, so unlock this to turn your nose brake off to make your taxi much easier. You have to throttle up quite a bit to taxi. And you have to apply wheel brake while using the rudder to get a real turn.
Разрешаю руление на полосу 3-1. Дружинник, 100-й, взлет.
And just turn a little bit with the rudder. And I am wheel braking right now.
1-0-0. Взлет запрещаю.
If you listen.
1-0-0. Дружинник. Взлет по готовности. Отход по схеме на 300. По давлению 759,2,5.
You hear that hissing? That's the gas being released, the pressurized air being released from the wheel brakes. So we're going to take off. So Alt-W turns this. F is for flaps down. You want them in the takeoff position, which is indicated right here. Just press that button. This is landing, takeoff off. Landing or takeoff. You know, simple wheel brake, spool up. Once burner hits and start moving, release. Your airspeed gauge is right here. watch it carefully. You have to get really fast before you can even try to pick your nose up. Around 200, start pulling back, so your nose slowly goes up. Hold it right around here. And once you hit 300, pull up, but be careful not to tail strike. You'll lift off. Right shift G to unlock your gear, and then G to bring it up. And then you wait until you get to 500 kph before retracting your flaps, otherwise you will nose down and there's a good chance you will crash. You can ignore that beeping. 500 kph, shift F, brings flaps up. And you're in the air. In this mission, we will be intercepting that F5-3. Set all this good stuff up. Radar's there. Go out, turn on the radio. I'm just doing this so he has a little bit of time to get away for me to take off and lock up and show you both types of missiles. So pylon 1 selected because we're going to be using semi-active radar. Unlock your guns with Alt 1, 2, 3. Very simple. Darken that up a little bit. And we should be good to go. Turn on the radar. Lock the nose wheel. Go full burner, and let's take off. Since we're going to try to intercept in that range, took that radar distance all the way up, and then we're going to switch back to standby until we have to use it. Okay, so he's within radar range right now, and our nose is below him. Flaps up. It's a little bit slow, so drop a little bit. Shut up. That's the low altitude warning. So on the way to intercept this, basically we're going to see him appear in here. We're going to scan him with the IFF to see if it's a friendly or foe. Then we are going to select pylon number 1, which I already have selected. Make sure your IR is semi-active radar is in semi-active radar mode. And then make sure it says missile instead of gyro. This cap should be open. I open it when I first turn on the button. It's the same button as the fire button. It opens automatically. But I don't know if there he is. Perfect. So down. I'll come up. This is chase mode. I'll go into the button after. How this works is that the two bars on the radar HUD, here and here, are the maximum range of the missile. That means we have lock. Once the little target in the center, it means he's right off your nose. This means you have lock and you're clear to fire. So we're going to hold down the release button, and we have Fox 1. That should track. You have to maintain track to target, and that's a splash. Now, for IR missiles, you don't have to use your radar can be off. And then that's going to be the next clip. In this mission, we will be intercepting that same F5 using an IR missile, which is much simpler. I mean, it's literally point, lock, shoot. So, make sure we have the right pylon selected. My IRs are on pylon 3 and 4. You don't have to set your target wingspan to 40, but for IRs it gives you the biggest locking range, because that whole reticule in the front of the aircraft, if that's over the enemy and if he's within range, that should lock your heat-seeking missile. So how the pylons go? They go 3, 1, 2, 4, in order from left to right. Flaps. I don't know why you spawned the lighting lights down. Now, here's the thing with IRs, is that they lock from very, very far away, but you actually shouldn't fire them for a while. So, as we close range to this guy, I'm just going to turn this up because I like that a little bit less transparent, and then light up my carpet. Okay. This is about the range where you'll be able to lock him. Soon. There we go. So we have lock, we have a green light here, R60 is fired in 2, so we just hold down the fire button, both fire, and both splash. This is the landing tutorial for the MiG21. So I'm coming in at about 750 airspeed. That's actually not too fast at all. My air brake's out, so I'm slowing down. My nose wheel is in the vertical position, which means that it's locked, which means that all 3 wheel brakes will apply at the same time. I'm starting to come slow, so I want to press my flap button twice to get to landing flaps. Retract my air brake. Hit Shift G to put gear down, and lock it down with right Control G. Left Shift G drops your gear. Stay above 400 kph until you're just hitting the edge of the runway. Let it drop slowly. Nose back, ignore the caution light. Never drop below 350 kph. Keep your nose up. And impact. It's fine, it's a little rough. It's hard to land. Hit P for the parachute. Look up, hit M to take a picture, make sure it's deployed. Wheel brake now. Alt D to open that, right Alt D, right Control, right Shift D to detach, recover with Alt D again, and just wheel brake in.
1-0-0. Заруливайте на стоянку.
And landing this thing is very, very, very hard, so don't feel bad if you crash it or ruin your gear on landing. The most important thing is to make sure to re-lock your gear with right Control G. Right Shift G unlocks it. This prevents you from doing something stupid like now and hitting G and having your gear come up. And then, yeah. You can just click those, but I have to